is running, will it cut off automatically at 10 o'clock?
No, it won't.
Okay, I'm still going to be right to the point because the hour is late. Giving honor to God, the God of our forefathers. I bear witness that regardless to land, label, or language, that there is but one God. And in the name of that God who came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, who came seeking to save the lost found black man and woman of North America, we thank God for raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we are here on this day, October the 7th, to give credit to whom I consider one of the greatest black men ever born. In fact, there is no black man greater born than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay, I won't say he's the greatest of every other black man or black leader that ever came, but I will say that there's none greater that has ever come and has ever been born than that little black man from Sandersville, Georgia, born on October 7th, 1897, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I met a doctor once here in Southeast Washington, D.C. I was riding with a doctor, an older doctor. And he told me directly, it wasn't but maybe 10 years ago, he said the greatest leader that has ever come amongst us, he said the most effective leader to ever come amongst us was and is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he was not a Muslim, and he was not in the Nation of Islam, and he went on to teach me about the many great things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did for individuals, for psychiatric patients, for drug addicts, and how he put our people to work and stood our people up, and he made it clear to what I hold to today that there's been no more effective leader. Now, there might have been leaders here, we honor them all, that articulated better, that they sound better, they may write it better, they may look fancier, but they are not greater or nor more effective than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was here, we had the sign that we would achieve freedom, justice, equality in a short while. A nation with airplanes, a nation with ships on the high seas, a nation with black money and black banks and black employees and black apartment buildings and black factories and everybody doing for self. I knew nothing about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad until I knew from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from a child, actually. I was introduced to the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as a child by my grandfather, Thomas X of the Nation of Islam in Los Angeles, California. Later named by Imam Warth Deen Muhammad, he was named Malik El-Amin Najila until he joined back up with the Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan in the early 1980s. But in the early 1970s, around 1973 and 1974, I was blessed as a child, as a baby, to attend the Mosque number 27 in Los Angeles, California. And I was blessed to attend big black Muslim bazaars with black vendors and black business people. And I attended at the Shrine Auditorium black Muslim bazaars where Muhammad Ali would appear, and there were thousands there. And in that time, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had his people in the spirit of business, in the spirit of economics, in the strong spirit of doing for self by any means necessary. And so my grandfather, Thomas X, all the way up until he passed, in those days and in later days, he was always about his business. He didn't have a college degree. He didn't have the necessary qualification, but he believed in Fard and Elijah, and he kept his black briefcase open, and he was rolling in his Mercedes Benz and living in Ladera Heights, in the hills of Baldwin Hills as a follower of Elijah Muhammad. He owned several blocks of real estate in Los Angeles, California. Had him some nice houses that he would get on foreclosure in the hills, uneducated formally. But he was a true believer in Fard and Elijah. And so later on, after the Nation of Islam fell and I had no contact with my grandfather, I come back to experience the Nation of Islam in the mid-1980s as a young freshman in college at Howard University. I linked back up with my grandfather after all those years. And in that time, I bear witness that it was the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that came to me. But I have to be honest to you. They came to me through Minister Louis Farrakhan and Dr. Khallid Muhammad. And through those teachings and through my relationship with those men, that helped to turn my life around and is a key part of the influence that I'm able to have today and is the greatest thing that ever happened in my life, honestly. To get those teachings and to get that experience from Dr. Khalid Muhammad and his teacher, Louis Farrakhan, as a young college student. He gave me the lessons that Master Farad Muhammad gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the first two lessons in that black lesson book made it clear. Simple yet rudimentary, but he made it clear. He asked us the question, who is the original man? And he gave the answer. The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and God of the universe. I knew who I was right then. He asked a second question, who is the colored man? He says the colored man is the Caucasian, so-called white man, Yakub's grafted devil, the skunk of the planet Earth. Two of the greatest teachings that have ever been introduced to any man, anywhere, at any time, telling the black man that he is divine and telling us that the nature of our enemy is the devil. He teaches that the white man is not just a devil, but the white man is the devil, and that is the clearest teaching that have opened my eyes to imperialism, colonialism, slavery, Zionism, and every other crime that the white man has been committed. Throughout my career, my enemies have said that Malik Zulu Shabazz is problematic because he teaches the inherent evil of white people. And all I'm doing is sticking fast and holding fast to that which I believe in, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Look, I'm going to proceed on and close out here. But I want to tell you this. We can't narrow down the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We can't pigeonhole him or make him smaller than what he is. The Bible says that if I touch the hem of his garment, talking in the New Testament, if I touch the hem of his garment, then I will be made whole. That was the people in that land of Palestine talking to the black Jesus of that day. Well, same can be said true of the messenger to the black man, that if you just touch the hem, the H-E-M, if you just get a part of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you are going to elevate, you are going to rise, you can be made whole. Whether it's the dietary part of it, I mean, how many will raise their hand and say that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught them how to eat to live? Got them off the hog, got them off the swine, got them off the mud, got them looking lean and mean, got them eating the right foods and not eating the wrong foods. Who here will testify that Elijah Muhammad has increased their years in life and gave them life and life more abundantly? It's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Or whether he makes you a soldier or fruit of Islam. Uh, I was taught, Attorney Shabazz, you being a soldier will make you a better attorney. Well, I can tell you right now, in the courtrooms of United States of America, when I'm meeting my clients, when I'm interacting with judges, when I'm interacting with opposing counsel, I'm approaching it as a soldier, but not any kind of soldier. I'm approaching it as a Muslim soldier with what I've learned from Islam through Elijah Muhammad, and it made me successful before juries, successful before judges, successful when dealing toe-to-toe with police and police brutality and prosecutors and the big shots of this world. Well, I get it from the core base of Elijah Muhammad. Yes, I studied Malcolm and I love Malcolm. Yes, I'm a direct follower and student of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Yes, I've studied with essentially and served the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and today I serve his spiritual son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the apostle of the messenger, the Honorable Silas Muhammad. But I know who the father is. I know who the master is. Now, and so we honor him on this day. We honor the messenger of Allah, and we say that time is running short. Time is running short. In the New Testament, I think it's once again, it's the Black Messiah, or Jesus says again that I must do the work. He says, I must do the work of he who sent me, for the night cometh when no man can work. And we can't take for granted that the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad will even exist in any form into the near future. And so I encourage unity around this great Black man. We thank the pioneers and his sons that have gone forth in his name, but we must be mindful that time is running and we can't take this time for granted. We want to thank the Honorable Silas Muhammad for staying true to the teachings of his mentor and his spiritual father over the years, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm here because he stands fast and he stands true, and he loves the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he reminds me honestly of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He carries the spirit of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he carries the desire to build a government. I hope I'm still on somewhere. Yeah, I'm still on. He carries the desire to build a nation of our own, a government of our own, and to achieve reparations for our people. And that's why I'm today, because I also want to hear that for any of those that
You're
any of
actually,
those that are
your sound is
watching,
cutting out.
is it cutting off? Am I still on?
You're still on, but your sound is going in and out. Go ahead and speak again.
How do I sound now?
That's better.
Okay, all right. So I do want to say here to the all of the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I will say that if you follow Minister Louis Farrakhan and you hold fast to Elijah, let us unite. If you follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from any other vantage point, let us unite. If you follow Minister Malcolm X, let us try to reason and reckon with each other, and let us unite. If you're a Black Panther and you understand that the Black Panther Party takes its root from the 10-point program of the Nation of Islam, and many of us who became new Black Panthers, that we Black Muslims too, I say, let us unite in this hour. And so, as I close, I'm praying that the work of the Afro-descendant nation, under the leadership of our president and our esteemed staff, that we go forth strong in this hour, and that we're blessed to do a mighty work in this hour. We carry a part of the burden of carrying the work of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's legacy forward. But I wish everybody well out there that's carrying forth and soldiering in the name of Elijah. Whoever your leader is out there, if your leader is Minister Louis Farrakhan, I'm going to tell you, you are my brother and my sister in the name of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I urge us to unite and let's go forward in this hour. We have been blessed to have heard from perhaps the greatest black man who has ever walked the face of the planet Earth. We have been blessed to see the example of one of the greatest examples of self-improvement, self-development, doing for self, building for self, under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And none of us are greater than he. None of us are wiser than he. He teaches us to fear no God but Allah and to bow down to none beside Allah. I've carried that throughout my career. I've been attacked by some vicious enemies. I've had to deal with big top Zionists and government and other top police agencies and people that have attacked me and attacked my clients. And I'm glad to say that I stand strong in the name of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm one of his grandsons. And I honor all of you and whoever will hear this program. And I honor you to respect the work of the Afro-descendant nation as we try to go forth and achieve a nation of our own. I also bring you greetings from the great African nation of Burkina Faso and the government of Burkina Faso, who's striving for Black independence in this hour. And I do want to say that land and territory is being developed and made available for us in our natural homeland, where we come from, Africa. No, we don't start just in chattel slavery. We start at the banks of the Nile River, and we start at the origin of civilization. We start 66 trillion years ago with the birth of everything from the Creator himself. We are the original people of the planet Earth. We are the gods and goddesses of the universe. And I pray to God that we are in the time of the destruction and the end of this enemy and the fall of America and the rise of our nation. You have my life commitment from the cradle to the grave in the name of Brother Khallid Muhammad and honoring the Honorable Silas Muhammad. I thank you for letting me have these words in this hour. You have my commitment to fight on. Assalamu alaikum and black power to you.